Trying to see if we're live. Yeah, we're live. Hey everybody, how are you? Wanted to talk very briefly today about a couple comments that people have made, which makes me feel very sad about what they've faced as they went through school and they decided it wasn't for them. But I think when you go through a 2-year course, and maybe even the certificate program, is that you're getting a bit of a skewed view, not a reality check on the paralegal field. While you learn how to do research, hopefully, what you most of the time will not be doing will be writing legal briefs or briefing a case, which are two different things. So when you are in school in a 2-year degree program and an attorney is teaching you, they will teach you from the perspective of the same way they learned in law school. However, there's a huge difference in that not only do we do research, but we are managing the cases and every single aspect of that. And we know the cases, and attorneys will say this, they've said it to me many times, that you know the case better than I do because you are in it every day. That's the type of work we do. We are administrative professionals. One of the reasons why a lot of paralegals don't ever get to write a legal brief or brief a case is because the attorney wants to be able to bill the hourly rate for that work. And so the attorney will do it. Now, I'm not saying there are paralegals who never do that. No, there are paralegals who will write a legal brief, who will brief a case. The attorney will ask them to do that. But I'm going to tell you that's not the norm. So you get this very skewed, well, hold on. There we go. Let's get rid of that phone call. All right. You get a view that is, sorry for that buzzing, that is not reality for the most part. Now, my caveat, my disclaimer is that some paralegals are asked to do that, but it is not the everyday work that a lot of us do. I will look at a brief that an attorney has written and I will make sure all the table of contents is correct, and I will format that. I will put that in there. I will do the table of authorities. I will look through and make sure the law is quoted correctly, that the English within the legal brief is right on point. There's a lot of editing that goes on by the paralegal, and recommendations. If English is your strong suit, that you say to the attorney, you know, this sounds off. And they want, most attorneys who are worth their salt, worth anything, are going to ask you for your input, okay? So be careful with thinking that you're getting the practical side of paralegalism when you're taking a 2-year course or a certificate program. There's a whole set of duties that are not being taught in many of those instances. Not all, okay? That's my disclaimer, not all, but from the feedback that I get and my own experiences, that there was a whole bunch of items missing. Why? Because for the most part, these classes are not taught by paralegals. If it's an attorney who came up as a paralegal, you can't get much better than that. But that's not normally the case. So be aware that if you wrote off the paralegal field because you thought it would be 100% doing research and briefing a case and writing legal briefs, excuse me, but the last two are what the attorneys do, because they want to bill out their time, their hourly rate. And while a lot of people are capable of doing that work, and more than capable, we often don't get a chance to because the attorney wants to bill out at that rate, okay? So be careful in what your understanding is of what paralegals do every day. We are using a to-do list. We are using systems to keep us organized. We are putting if we are billing for our own time, then we are putting that in a software program. We have the to-do list that's in front of us that we're working off of, that is proof of what we're working on all day. I've had attorneys ask me, what are you working on right now? Or what have you done all day? As if I wasn't, working all day. But they can come in at any time and look at my to-do list. It's there because I love to have proof for everything. Okay, it's the legal field. It's evidence. So my evidence is my to-do list, and my calendar guides me as well. And there's something I teach in my class that I use along with those two items that keeps me on track and reduces my stress and allows me to go home on a Friday afternoon and not think about work, because I never work for somebody who expects me to work on the weekend. I refuse to do that. I do not work at night. I am not an ATM machine that's available 24/7. So understand that I have my own criteria for accepting a legal job, and I know what is expected of me in most legal jobs, and it is not usually going to be doing the work that the attorney is going to do. So when you are looking at different areas of law on Google, make sure you know what the paralegals do in those areas of law. That's a hint for your research on each area of law that you're interested in, and don't let it be just one. Look at 2 or 3 areas of law. That could be family law, could be business law, could be bankruptcy, could be personal injury, automobile accident law. It could be a whole host of different areas. But don't give up on this career because you're being taught in a way that is how attorneys are taught in law school instead of what paralegals really do every day. Okay? That's why I developed my course, because I would see people they weren't able to get hired. They didn't even know what they would be doing every day. That's normal when you go into a new career, but you can know. And you can know by searching it on Google. Okay, but there are many ways to keep yourself out of trouble and missing deadlines by using certain systems. And that's very important for the paralegal. And a lot of times, unfortunately, it's not taught in a 2-year degree or certificate program because it's not being taught by a paralegal. If you're being taught by one, you can't get it any better than that. So any questions or comments, post them below. Would love to hear from you. I hate to see, it really bothers me that people go through school and then they don't go into the career because they don't know how to apply for the jobs, or they think that the job is something that it's not, and they're missing out on maybe enjoying this particular career. So any questions or comments, post them below, or you can ask while I'm on live. It's so glary here. I'm trying to see if you have any questions at all. Ask now or later on. If you're asking and I'm not answering you, it's because Facebook does this, okay? And I'll answer later. So I'm going to sign off. I just wanted to say that today because over the last week or two, a couple people have made the comment that they just figured this wasn't for them because of what they were being taught, and they didn't enjoy it. Now, if you don't enjoy research, I would say this career is not for you, because we are the detectives, we are the problem solvers. We have to find answers to things. And it's not just legal research, it's researching everything on, it's legal research using something else, but then researching on Google for things. I have found answers for my boss on Google. So we have to be able to do that. If you don't like that at all, then no, the career isn't for you, definitely. But if you like that and you like hunting down information, oh, it's for you. I can guarantee that. All right, so have a great one today. And any questions that you have, if you're asking it, I'll answer later on. So enjoy your Thursday night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.